Shalom. Before I begin this video, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rechak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that continue to rule very well to this very day, that is feeding the flock through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Also, Shalom to the hopeful elect that is also laboring his work, is giving you diligence to make your calling and election sure, and faith and truth and sincerity and all charity. Now, topic of this video is going to be entitled "The World's Greatest Lie." Okay, the world's greatest lie. Now, what I mean by the world's greatest lie is that you have a particular sect of a nation that tells the people, or tells the whole entire world, that they are the people of the Lord, that they are the Jews that the Bible speaks of. But their works and the things that they have done throughout the course of history tells another story. All right. And what I'm speaking about is these so-called Jews, or should I say, Jays, because now it's a crime to speak or to say anything about, these so-called Jews, in which I guess I'll give them either I'll call them Jays or better yet, I'm going to call them what they really are. I'm going to call them Amalekites. All right? Because really, they come from a sect of Esau or Edom, which you can't even speak about Edom nowadays. Or they, now it's a crime to speak concerning the truth about Edom, or the nation of Edom, in which that's a true biblical nationality of the so-called white man. Now that's why you got, some brothers, and you got the apostle elders call them E's, but they're Edomites, man. And that's the truth. So I'm gonna call them what they are. I'm gonna call them Amalekites, which that's the head sect of Edom. All right, those are the heads of Edom. So you got these Amalekites, or Amalek. What you see in this article is that this symbol, right, which is the Ark of Titus, this symbol, which is used to commemorate the destruction and ransack and plunder of the nation of Israel, which is used as a symbol of shame, and it's also used as a symbol of our downfall, or the downfall of Israel. Now they're taking that same symbol and using it for their own agenda. As this article is gonna explain. Basically they're taking the symbol and they're using it to build. All right. Because I was speaking with one of the brothers in my camp, and he actually did a video on this as well. And he explained that the ark itself, the Ark of Titus, he was also brought the fact that this was used to commemorate our downfall, but they mentioned that that really, he brought the fact concerning German statues that were put up and they were destroyed. Okay. They basically, it was a edict that was put out to destroy all German statues. But here it is, you have the Ark of Titus, which is a part of the history of Israel, and the Ark of Titus is used to commemorate the downfall of Israel, then why is this still up? You know, and that's the main basis behind the brother's video. So why is this still up? You know, why is this used as a symbol of building? You know, because really, if this was made to forget, or they really were intended on this to be put in the past and forgotten about, then why is it still up? Why is it still up? And also, why is it still being used, or why is it being used as a symbol of building? You know, and that just goes to show you that they are not the people of the Lord. All right, because if you were a ruling people, you know, if you had a substance and you looked at as the highest in society, then why would you still have this? You know, why would you still have this laying around? And also, not only that, why would you build more? Why would you build more arcs of Tituses? You know, it doesn't make sense. So these are the things that show you that the people that goes around calling themselves Jewish or call themselves Israeli, you know, call themselves Jews themselves, they're not the people of the Lord, man. They're not the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Okay? I mean, it's plain as day, man. You know, it's 2019 going to 2020, and there's countless facts coming out against these people. This particular sect of Edom showing you that these are not the Jews that the Bible speaks of. These are not the Israelites. Okay? I'm going to read a little bit in this article. I'm not going to go too much into it. You can read it for yourself. It says when the Ark of Titus was built in 82 CE, I believe CE means a Christian era, if I'm not mistaken. This is by the Roman Emperor Domitian, who was seen as a symbol of an empire united, a reminder to both Romans and Roman subjects that Rome was still the most powerful empire of its time. For Jews, it was a symbol of a disaster, a reminder of one of the lowest points in, it says here, Jewish history, in which, you know, the word Jewish itself means to be like a Jew. All right, because to be Jewish, that means you're acting like a Jew. You know, you're acting like an Israelite. You're in which really they're doing a poor job of doing that. All right, and that is revealed by their own laws and legislations that they've set up. All right, even going to the fact that they allow a gathering of homosexuals to come together and hold a parade and party, okay, in Tel Aviv, Israel. Now reading on, it says the destruction of the temple of Herod and the sacking of Jerusalem, it was meant as a reminder of how supposed Jewish self-loathing, and it says supposed because they even know that you can't take this seriously. All right, it says inability to cooperate and an inherent weakness meant that Jews will always play a symbol or play a subservient role to greater powers. Today, that symbol has been almost entirely reversed. See, so today that symbol, that same symbol that was used as shame, that's used as a symbol of destruction, turmoil. All right, the lowest point in our history, which it is our history. All right, the history of the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, who are the real Hebrew Israelites, the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Okay, it says today the symbol has been almost entirely reversed and is unrecognizable to what it once was. The past is old and worn as the relic itself, and instead now serves as a monument for a much brighter future. So now it's used as a monument for their future. All right. So you mean to tell me that a monument, which is a symbol of disgrace, It's now used as a symbol to forward their future endeavors. All right. And something that was supposed to be put in the past is now being used again to do what? To forward their future, man. To basically use as a symbol of building. So these are one of the things out of many that show you that these so-called Jews, the ones that call themselves Jews or Jewish, they're not the people of the Lord, man. They're not the Israelites. Okay. Now I'm gonna go to the scriptures. This is Revelation, the 2nd chapter. This is at the 9th verse. It says, "I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews, and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan." See? So this scripture here is saying, look, I know thy poverty, but thou art rich. He's talking to us. All right? And he also knows the blasphemy of them that call themselves Jews, but are not. So who in today's time is going around calling themselves the Jews? These Amalekites, man. All right? The ones you see with the yarmulkes on their heads, and this and that and the other, the same ones that you see that's wearing all black with the top hats near the Wailing Wall, these are the same ones that call themselves Jews. But guess what the Lord said? They're not the Jews. All right. But what are they? They are the synagogue of Satan. All right. And the word Satan itself in the Hebrew is shaitan. All right. Which means adversary. Okay. So they are adversaries to us, the real Hebrew Israelites. All right. Why is that? Because their ways are contrary to ours. They don't follow the Torah. All right. Which the Torah is the books of the law. All right. They don't follow the Torah. They follow which they call the Talmud. All right. And the Talmud is the left-hand side of the Torah. If you go into everything that's written within the Talmud, you'll see that it really, man, all those things are what the Lord specifically told us not to do. All right. And it's even worse what the Talmud tells you to do. Okay. Now this Revelation, the 3rd chapter. This is at the 8th verse. It says, "I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door." Slacky. Verse 9. Slacky. It says, Revelation 3rd chapter and the 9th verse. It says, "Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie." See? And again, that's the world's greatest lie. All right, why? Because they have managed to deceive the whole world into thinking that they are the people of the Lord. All right? And it wasn't an overnight thing, okay? This was a surgical operation. They didn't just get up one day and say, "Hey, I'm a Jew." No, man. It was a process, okay? Because after we left out of the land of Israel and were scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth and were displaced, the Lord took our heritage away. All right, you can read about it. As you see, I'm gonna get there real quick. Jeremiah, 17th chapter, and this is a huge cut to these Amalekites, because guess what? In this time today, they all know, they all proclaim that they know where they come from. All right, they claim that they have their heritage back, but why is the world still in turmoil? All right, and they claim that they always had their heritage, that they never lost it. But let's see what the scriptures say about that. This is Jeremiah, the 17th chapter. It's at the 4th verse. It says, "And thou and even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. See? It's like I had to close the vid here. But yeah, man, that goes to show you that, look, the Lord said we was going to discontinue from our heritage that he gave us. Okay? And he will cause us to serve our enemies in a land which we knew not. All right? Now, this is definitely going into the time of the transatlantic slave trade. All right? How do we know? Because the land which we knew not was the other side of the world. We didn't know anything. We didn't know anything about this land. All right? Especially the Northern Kingdom, man. The Northern Kingdom left out of the eastern part of the world and went over to the western part of the world, which was known as Arsareth in the scriptures, which the word Arsareth simply means another land. Okay? So we were going to discontinue from our heritage and serve our enemies in the land which we knew not, in which that happened. Our heritage was stripped away from us as we were made to serve our captivity. All right, it's not talking about the Babylonian captivity, the Medo-Persian captivity, neither the Greeks or the Roman captivity. No, because why? Because we still had our heritage. We still knew who we were. We still knew that we were Israelites. So what time period is it talking about? It's talking about when it was going to be taken in the cargo slave ships, and we're going to be made to forget about our heritage or our nationality, and that actually happened, because now we're getting it back. Back in Revelation, the 3rd chapter, and in the 9th verse, it behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Right, because it's going to get to a point in time where they're going to realize that the Lord actually loves the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right? And he hates Esau. I'm going to show you that. Let me back out of that for a second. All right. This is in the New Testament. There's Romans chapter 13. It's like... back a little bit. It's Romans chapter 9, and is at verse 13. Actually, let me get straight to the point. Revelation chapter 9, verse 13. It says, "As it is written," all right, as it is written where? And Malachi, the 1st chapter. Romans chapter 9, verse 13 says, "As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated." So why is this scripture in the New Testament? See? So the Lord still, all the way up until this point, even today, the Lord still has a love for Israel, all right? And he still hates Esau, okay? That's why the Lord, in due time, he's going to make sure that the land, or should I say the nation of Edom, is destroyed. All right? He's going to make sure that they're taken into captivity to serve hardcore bondage. And he's going to make sure that they're destroyed at the end of it. All right? That's how deep-rooted the hatred of Esau is with the Most High. All right? Why? Because he touched the apple of the Lord's eye, which is who? Israel. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and end it off on that note. Lord's will is edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. Till next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well to this very day. Shalom, peace and safety, and salutations to the hopeful elect that is spreading his ministry and his gospel to the other members of the hopeful elect in faith, in truth and sincerity, and all charity. And with that, we'll say shalom.